Today we are starting our new chapter, Concept 2.2, the life in different climate zones. Already we have learned the different climate zones on the earth. So today we will learn what is the different lifestyle of the people, vegetation and the animals on the different climate zones. Children, climate of any place affect the lifestyle of human beings. Climate influences the growth of crops, thus affecting the kind of food we eat, clothes we wear, houses we live. So any change in the climate of an area can affect the plants and the animals living there. So in fact, the effect of the climate changes on the vegetation and wildlife is expected due to the changes in the temperature and rainfall. So children, first we will discuss about torrid zone. So where the torrid zone is located on our earth. So torrid zone is also named as the equatorial area. So the equatorial forest region, this is called the even forest region because we find many forests there. Equatorial forest region is found on the both sides of the equator. This area is between the Tropic of Cancer and between the Tropic of Capricorn. This region falls in the torrid zone and is a very hot and wet area. See children, if you will look at the map carefully, you can see that the places and the continents that fall in this region are South America, Africa and Southeast Asia. In South America, the countries that fall in this region are Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil. In Africa, you can see Nigeria, Congo, Kenya, and you can see other countries in Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, and some part of the Thailand in the Southeast Asia. So all these lie in this region. So what is the climate of this region, children? The climate in this region found hot and wet. So it receives the direct sun rays of the sun almost throughout the year and has a days and the nights are equal duration. The humidity is very high because moisture evaporates from the rivers, ponds, plants and forms clouds. These clouds rises slowly. Around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, rain occurred along with the thunderstorm. So this type of rainfall is typically known as the equatorial region, is known as the tropical thunderstorm also. So there is a no winter season here, children. So what is the plant life? Plant life means vegetation. What is the vegetation on this area? So many dense forests grow in the torrid zone. These forests are the home to a variety of trees such as rubber, bamboo, mahogany and sal. So what type of the trees grow there? The trees growing in these forests are tall, have broad leaves, do not completely shed their leaves at any time during the year. So what type of the wildlife there, children? So here, children, you can see many animals and the birds such as monkey, chimpanzee, flying foxes, squirrels and toucan, poison arrow frog. Okay, these any type of animals you will find in the wildlife. And you see, children, because of the dense forest, the greater is the wildlife found in this region. Temperate zone lies in the temperate region, which is neither too cold nor too hot. So this region is located away from the equator between the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 north and the Arctic Circle 66 north in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 south and the Antarctic Circle 66.5 south in the southern hemisphere. These regions are known for their grasslands. Trees are high. Mountains are hardly seen here. These grasslands are known by different names in different countries. So children, here life in the temperate zone, the milder climate of the temperate zone means the animals and the plants found in this zone are different from the ones found in the torrid zone. So what type of the vegetation here? There are two types of vegetation seen in the temperate zone, the grasslands and forest. Okay, so what are the grasslands? In the northern and the southern temperate zones, vast areas are covered by grass. So these areas are called grasslands. So in this grassland, we don't find more trees, children. So in the temperate zone, more grass, fewer trees. Not many trees are found in the grasslands. The climate of the grassland is dry. So when the winds blow, the dry grasses rub against each other and catch fire. The fire destroys trees, but grass has special roots. They do not get destroyed by fire. This allows the grass to grow back. So children, other type of in the vegetation in temperate zone is a forest. Apart from the grasslands, forests are also found in the temperate zone. These forests are two kinds of deciduous and coniferous. As you have learned, deciduous forests have trees that shed their leaves in the winter season. Example, maple tree, walnut, oak. And in the other hand, coniferous trees have a cone-shaped trees which have grown to a uniform height and close to each other. Example, fir, pine, cedar. And what type of wildlife here? Many animals are found in this zone. Examples are bobcat, black bear. Do you know where reindeer are found? They are found in frigid zone. There are two frigid zones, one in each hemisphere. The northern frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north and the North Pole 90 degree north, while the southern frigid zone lies between the Antarctic Circle 66 point south and the South Pole 90 degree south. As the name suggested, the places near the poles are permanently covered by ice and are frozen throughout the year. The continent of Antarctica is the coldest place in the world and it lies in the southern frigid zone. So it is also known as the frozen continent. So large part of Canada, Alaska, Scandinavia, coastal Greenland, Iceland, Siberia falls in this region. So the areas around the poles are sparsely populated due to severe cold and lack of vegetation, children. So now, due to the extreme cold, only few plants and animal species inhabit in the frigid zone. First of all, vegetation. Since this zone is extremely cold, rarely any plant grow in this region. During the summer, mosses, lichens and some stunted plants grow here. So what is the wildlife here? The seal, polar bear, Arctic fox and reindeer are the some of the animals found in this zone. Birds such as Arctic tern and the snowy owl are also found here. No reptiles are found in this zone. So animals in the southern frigid zone go to the sea in search of food. These includes whales, penguins, seals. Next, how the plants and the animals stay alive during extreme cold in the frigid zone. The answer is that during winter it gets extremely cold in the frigid zone. Also no plants grow during this season. So the animals living in the frigid zone have two ways to stay alive: migration and hibernation. Migration: many birds living in frigid zone migrate. That is, they move to the warmer places to get away from the cold winter. By doing so, the birds ensure that they get food to eat and also remain warm. Example, Arctic tern. Next is the hibernation. During winter, it is not easy to find food for animals. Hence, animals go into a deep sleep-like state. This is called hibernation. During hibernation, animals ensure that the energy from the food is used only to activities such as breathing. Okay. Example, polar bear. Torrid zone receives plenty of sun and rain. So the forest in this zone are dense with trees. The trees vary in height, so we get to see the layers in the forest. Children, here because this region torrid zone receives more rainfall throughout the year, so we get a dense forest here. The growth of trees are more here. So these trees grow, bear fruits and shed leaves during different times of the year. This ensures that all trees do not shed their leaves at the same time. Thus the name evergreen also is given to these kind of forest. So the typical features of this region is that the forest have several layers. The lower layer is the forest floor. This layer usually has decomposed leaves and fruits that have fallen from the upper layers. As there is a very little sunlight here, the growth of plants is poor. The layers above it is known as a understory. It consists of small trees, shrubs, ferns, creepers, and orchids. Above this layer, the tall trees form an umbrella-like layers called canopy. The creepers and the vines climb the tall trees to reach the sunlight that cannot penetrate the forest due to thick canopy above them. The tallest trees make the emergent layer. The trees in this layer receives a lot of sunlight and rain.